Howdy, y'all. Let's talk about the shooting challenges that we have online, whether it's in a forum, Facebook, YouTube, whatever the platform you choose. If you choose multiple, that's cool too. But these challenges, what are they for? To me, they're more for getting people to shoot and socializing, stuff like that. So before we get into it really deep here, let me tell you a little bit about myself. All right, I'm in Texas. I was born and raised in Houston. I live just north of Houston now. We're in Texas. It's somewhere close to 100 degrees right now. I'm out here testing this moderator that I just manufactured. So I obviously I manufacture that. I'm a machinist by trade. I've been shooting pellet guns all of my life. Like most people, they shot pellet guns, BB guns when they were a kid. Excuse me. And as they grew up, they kind of got away from it. I did for a while too, and I came back and realized how much pellet guns and the air rifle world has changed in those 10-20 years that I was gone. But like I say, I was born and raised in Houston, technically a city boy, but my summers, my weekends were spent in East Texas. My parents were born and raised in East Texas. My dad's from Milam, Texas. It's a blinking red light. I think it still is a blinking red light. Just west of Sabine River. My dad fished the Sabine River a lot, and he would always tell me about stories about him going fishing in the Sabine River and stuff like that, and the creeks around there. And some of the cool ones were like, going fishing with a Ma Bell, if you know what I mean. Crank them fish in. But his daddy was a sharecropper. So, they were born and raised in the Depression. Didn't have nothing. My mama was born and raised in Redland. That's just north of Lufkin, Texas. My grandfather on her side he served in World War I. I remember that. I've got his picture of in his uniform in there on my dresser drawer. He was a hard worker too. They all was hard workers back then because you had to. There was no loafing off back then. My understanding, he ran a grocery store type thing, whatever you want to call that, in the 1910s, 30s, and stuff like that. He also drove a log truck, and that'd be pretty cool, an old Ford truck hauling logs. But big families, both of them. I think both sides of my parents both had like 9 kids in their families or whatever, and they was all close knit. They They all ended up, you know, serving in World War II, getting out, and finding jobs was hard to do in the deep woods, east woods of Texas. Lufkin wasn't too bad because it was a bigger town. There was some of them that stayed in that area. Then a lot of them moved to Houston, including my mom and dad. And but they was always taught, you know, well, they weren't really taught that. They was just way of life back then. It's like you don't pay somebody to fix something for you, you do it yourself, you know. So when I was growing up, we was constantly, when go to East Texas or wherever, help an aunt and uncle build a house. Go up there and help them wire in a house, you know, help them do the plumbing, help them roof. My dad drug me out on Saturday mornings a lot of times when I was little, and I'd be up there pulling stuff up and down the ladder for him when he was roofing a house, you know, on side jobs. He was a truck driver. You know, on weekends he would roof houses, he would paint houses, he would help friends, you know, wiring houses, and just do everything yourself, you know, work on your vehicles, all that kind of stuff. So that instilled in me of doing things myself, wanting to do things myself. So fast forward, well, let's back up. It's like as far as me and my hunting and stuff, like I say, we was always in East Texas at one of the lakes for our vacations and stuff like that. We ended up buying a house, or not buying it, buying a piece of property on Toledo Bend. It was fully wooded. We got up there one weekend. We had a tent, we had chainsaws, and we had axes. And I think I was in 4th grade. And we cleared the spot. We pitched tent, and all weekend we cleared property. Once we got it cleared, aunt and uncles and stuff showed up, and they started building a house. So we built us a lake house. It wasn't big, it wasn't fancy, you know, but once it was built, I walk out the front door of it. I turned left, I was going fishing. I turned right, I was going hunting, because literally 100 yards this way was the Sabine National Forest. Go this way 100 yards and it was Toledo Bend Reservoir. So that was me all my life. During the winter, I shot a lot of pellet guns, or shot a lot of pellets. I wore out 2 760 pumps. I wore them slap out. If I'd have known how to fix them back then, I'd still have them, obviously. So fast forward now, and here I am shooting air guns again, and I'm shooting other guns, you know. Like for a while there, I quit shooting air guns. I was shooting all the other stuff. I shot NRA Hunter pistol, shot that for several years. So I love shooting pistols. And then one day I got into RCs with my son, and the next thing you know, we're RC drag racing. The thing is like every time I get into something, I try to promote it, you know, the best I can. So I got in there with a couple of guys that was trying to get RC drag racing started here in the Houston area. And I showed up and was trying to help them. You know, anytime I'd talk to somebody or whatever online, because now you're talking about the internet's starting to come in play. And anywhere I could promote it, I would try to promote it. I ended up, the other 2 guys quit on me. and it'll throw everything on me. But I pursued it, and I kept after it, and next thing you know, I've got 30 or 40 people showing up on a Saturday morning. And we didn't have a full-blown racetrack back then. We just was in a parking lot, and we had a little light rigged up, and you flipped it and you take off, you know. And I didn't even know that there was a big track. Well, I did know too. There was a track, a full-blown track over in San Antonio. So I never raced on one until one weekend I went over to San Antonio. But I was always promoting it. And finally I got enough people in, and there's some of these younger ones came in, and I let them take over, and they ended up buying the trees we needed and the full-blown racetrack. We moved out to an actual racetrack and was racing on it and stuff like that. But you know, where would it have been if I'd have just quit, you know? So I like to promote stuff. So I like to promote the air guns. I like promoting, you know, other stuff. Any shooting we do cowboy shooting. Every time I get a chance, I talk to people about cowboy shooting. You know, I just like promoting stuff, getting people out to do things. So this past weekend, well, actually yesterday, I'm making this video the next day, we went to a gun show in Bryan, Texas. Big, huge gun show. I met 2 people from the Texas A&M Aggies air pistol team. I was talking to them, and I was telling them, you know, it's like I'm online with some other people trying to promote just people getting out together and shooting. You know, meet up and shoot. So talked to them a little while. I met another couple. We was talking to them on some guns and stuff at the show, and ended up they used to shoot cowboys, shooting in some of the same places I shoot now. So, you know, but we're always trying to promote stuff. So the other day I made a video about bench rest shooting and air guns. Now, I use the guns I have. You know, I'm not going to go out and try to buy a gun just to promote something else, you know. I used what I had. And I did that because the contest that we were trying to put on, and it's still going on, it's for the whole month of August, is shoot your best group with the cheapest setup you got. That's what the contest is technically about. It's not about who can shoot the smallest group. It's about who can shoot the smallest group with the cheapest setup. So I was trying to show 4 different guns at 4 different price levels and how they shoot, you know. I posted into the contest with this rifle, because this rifle is a readily available rifle. It cost $600, you know, and it shot a decent group, 3/8 of an inch. So I posted that as my entry. Am I the winner at 3/8 of an inch group? No. Do I have the smallest group? As far as right now, I think that is the smallest group posted. But by far the winner, clear winner so far, and we're only in what, the 8th or 9th, or today's the 9th or 10th. I think today's the 10th of August. A guy shot a .49 group at 25 yards with an air gun. His total cost for the air gun and scope he was using was $111. He shot a half-inch group. It was a Barra 1866 with a Barska 3x9 scope on it. He said he paid $70 for the rifle and $40 for the scope. And he was using Crosman Premier wide cutters. Now, most people don't think wide cutters are, after 10 yards, they just start doing this. But some of them shoot pretty good at a pretty good distance. But, I don't know what 10 Crosman Premier wide cutters are right now. They're probably around, I would say between $12 and $15 for a 10 of 500. But not only has he got a cheap setup, he had to pump that thing between shots. So he's out there poof, poof, and shooting. Now I'm 66 or 65 years old. This gentleman looked to be a little older than me. I'm not sure. I don't know what his name, how old his age actually is, but he looks at least my age, if not older. So he's getting a workout, pumping up, shoot, pump up, shoot, 5 times. Yet he shot under a half-inch group. He by far wins contests up to this point. So, yeah. I mean, that's what the challenge is for. This particular challenge is about. The other challenges, like I say, I've wrote some of the challenges myself, posted the targets up. I got other people I've posted or done their challenges. I haven't been able to do a whole lot of challenges lately. I want to get back to it. Trying to get this moderator to work right on this gun. It's still affecting accuracy a little bit, but I don't know if it's the moderator doing it or if the scope might be not tracking. But anyway, the thing about the challenges is not trying to win it. It's just doing it, having fun, shooting. And in the past 2 years or so that I've been doing these, I used to actually run one on the Gateway to Airguns forum. I used to run one of their bench rest matches, I believe it was. I can't remember which one I ran now. I think it was a 50-yard match. And that's where you would post up the picture in the forum. This one that we're doing on Facebook, you post your picture on the Facebook. And then the other ones are on YouTube. Most of them are 22 long rifle challenges, but I shoot a lot of them with my air guns, my different air guns I got. And no, I don't win them, but I get pretty close, I think. But the main thing is posting them and then commenting on the other people's posts of theirs. You start building friendships. I mean, it is online, but is it friendships, you're building? I think it is. I've met quite a few of them in person. I met one yesterday from the Facebook group yesterday at that gun show. Really nice young man, and enjoyed meeting him. Me and another gentleman, Jerry Pennington, me and him for 5 years tried to promote air guns, trying to get some field target going around here, and we just finally gave up. People just don't want to do it. First time we ever met up over there, we had a whole bunch of people show up. I mean, they brought everything from Daisy Red Riders all the way up to $1,000 guns. And when the people with the Red Riders seen us showing up with $1,000 guns, and they said, I'm out of here. So it's not about how much money you can spend on one of them. It's about getting out and having fun and, you know, socializing with people. So I don't know how many people I've met personally online. I met 3 or 4 of them that shoot air guns. I've shot a few of them that shoot powder burners. Big E's one of them. I've been talking to Ian McKee for years on the Gateway to Air Guns forums and never had a chance to meet him until here recently. We started talking on Facebook together, and we finally started getting together on some Sundays and stuff and shooting. And if you don't know Ian McGee, he's a big writer for Pyramid Air or whoever you want to, whoever wants him to write for it, but mainly it's Pyramid Air. But a couple of the other guys, I mean, one of the biggest contributors to my channel is Jose. If y'all don't know who Jose is, well, he's loaned me, I don't know how many air guns that I've done videos on. He's loaned them to the channel for me to do videos on, and I appreciate the hell out of that. So, you know, you just meet a lot of nice people, and you have fun, you socialize. Don't be afraid that you're going to shoot a 2-inch group while everybody else is shooting a 1/2-inch group, you know. Don't worry about it. It's about coming out and having fun, shooting, you know. I can sit back here all by myself all day long shooting, but after a while it kind of gets boring, you know. Go out and socialize. And I go to the big range for my powder burners. I talk to the range officers all the time over there. You know, we've gotten good, decent friends. I mean, we don't know each other real great, but or other shooters that show up. Hey, what you shooting? You know, whatever. Just get out and have some fun. You know, you get to, if you meet up together, maybe you get to shoot a gun you have never shot before, you know, things like that. So, yeah, but, you know, like I say, I promote everything I can as much as I can. I just know what else to say other than, you know, just get out there and try to shoot, people. Have fun. I enjoy making my videos. I don't go out and try to find something to make a video about. You know, if I have to start doing that, then I'm no longer going to be doing it. You'll see me make the adapter to go on this gun. Then I've made the moderator. I haven't made actual video on it yet, but we'll shoot it here in a minute maybe. I've made all kinds of stuff. When I get into something, I get into it. I learned a lot about building these air guns online, talking to Bob Stern on the Gateway to Air Guns. He's from Canada. He'll explain a lot of stuff about what's going on in these air guns and all the engineering that's in them, because you just don't realize on these PCPs the amount of engineering that's really needed for them. I like to learn stuff like that. Your tube for your air holds your air. This one holds 3,000 psi. You got to know the tensile strength of your material. You got to know the wall thicknesses and do a formula to figure out how much pressure that thing can hold. Will the tube might hold the pressure, but will the threads that you just cut hold that pressure? So you got to calculate those things. You know, how much would it take to shear that thing slap off? How much weight the hammer is, and how much spring tension you have on it, and all those kind of things, and how much it slaps that valve. There's a lot going on in these things. So I learned a lot on those. Then that's me. So in all of this stuff of learning about air guns, or even firearms, I guess my proudest moment is my 308 air rifle. I built it similar to what I like, a gun that I like called a drilling. Kind of represents the drilling. But I built it, I designed it, I machined it. The only thing that I bought was a barrel, trigger, and the scope. Everything else I machined. I made the stock, everything. And it works, and I take it out, and I have taken game with it to feed my family. And I'm talking about deer. I've killed deer with it. I don't know how many deer I've killed with mine so far since I've had it. But anyway, yeah, I want to just say, you know, shoot these challenges. Don't be afraid to. Even if you don't know how to make a YouTube video and upload it or whatever, I mean, at least print it out and shoot it, and maybe at least post a picture of it somewhere, you know. Do something like that. Have fun. So it's getting hot out here, and I'm getting tired of talking. So I'm going to take 5 more shots out of this thing. I filled it up, got 10 rounds in the magazine. I shot 5 before I started this video. I put 2 of them right here, then all of a sudden 3 of them are over here. Don't know what's going on, but we're gonna shoot the next 5. Have a little fun today. Those shot 2 right where the first 2 shot on the first group. We got 3 touching, 1 a little off. Oh, we got 4 touching, 1 flyer. Let me go get that target now. Show it to you. All right. Here was the 2, and then the 3. That was before I started the video. There's 4 there, and there's that 1 little flyer. So something's not quite right on the. Something's going on. I don't know what yet. All right, guys, I hope I didn't bore y'all too much. Just something I was thinking about, because a lot of y'all said good video on my video about the comparison, and I guess I didn't explain enough. You know, I'm not an English major, you know, I don't prepare speeches and all that stuff. I turn the camera on and start talking. I just got a 12th grade education. Barely passed with English. English was my worst subject, so I probably could have worded things better or whatever, but you know, just trying to make sure you understood the point of my other video was the challenge was shoot your best group with your cheapest setup. Maybe I didn't explain that right on the first video, but anyway, just wanted to explain that a little bit, and a little bit about me, I guess, because some people don't know me. And yeah, that's it. Well, thank everybody for hanging around. If you hung out to the end, thanks for watching, everybody.